పెద్దలు చక్రవర్తి గారు, అలాగే పిసిసి ఉపాధ్యక్షులు సీనియర్ కాంగ్రెస్ నాయకులు వీగునాథ గారు, అలాగే ప్రొఫెషనల్ కాంగ్రెస్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ శాఖ అధ్యక్షురాలుగా నియమితులైనటువంటి పిఎన్ బోస్ గారు, ప్రదేశ్ కాంగ్రెస్ కమిటీ ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శి కృష్ణ గారు, అలాగే మైనార్టీస్ కాంగ్రెస్ ఏపీసీసీ అబ్జర్వర్ ఉన్నటువంటి సోదరులు షేక్ బాజీ గారు, మిగిలిన కాంగ్రెస్ సోదరులకి పార్టీకి ఎన్నికన్నారు. ఈరోజు వారు ఢిల్లీ నుంచి వచ్చారు. వారి యొక్క ప్రెస్ మీట్ ముఖ్యమైన అంశాలు మీకు తెలియజేస్తారు.
You will translate later to Telugu or needed? Not needed.
Not required.
Not required?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. First, I am delighted to come to Vijayawada on behalf of the All India Congress Committee. It's a long way from Delhi, but the All India Congress Committee leadership was very particular that we do this in Vijayawada on behalf of the Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee. It is a reflection of the importance of the Andhra Pradesh Congress and our plans and strategy for building the Congress party in Andhra Pradesh in the next 5 years. Today I'm going to talk about how the people of India, state governments, and especially southern states are being hurt, damaged, destroyed by GST. So I'm going to give let me start with a simple example. Let us say a poor farmer in Andhra Pradesh has worked very hard for 1 month and saved some money, and he wants to go watch this film, this big hit movie, Pushpa 2. Let us say he wants to go to a movie theater and watch Pushpa 2. Let us assume there is a big business owner in Andhra Pradesh, such as Heritage Foods. Some big business is there, no? In Andhra, Heritage Foods. So let's say the owner of that company also wants to watch Pushpa 2 in a movie theater. The poor farmer and the big company owner, when they go and buy that movie ticket for Pushpa 2, they both pay 18% GST. What is the issue here? First, they pay 18% GST, very high. Second, why is the poor farmer and the big business owner paying the same amount of tax? For the poor farmer, he has worked for 1 month, saved some money. For the big business owner, it is probably just 5 minutes of savings, the cost of that movie ticket. But they both pay the same percentage of tax. Why? This is why in economics we call GST a bad tax. It's a bad tax because the rich and the poor pay the same percentage of tax. But if you take income tax is higher for rich people. If you're earning crores, then you pay 35% or more, 40%. If you're earning less, you pay 10 or 15%. So income tax is a good tax. GST is a bad tax. This is what we say in economics. So then what should a government do? A government should minimize bad tax and maximize good tax, correct? That is what is good for the people of India, for the people of any country. In every country in the world, if the government collects 100 rupees in taxes, 65 rupees come from good tax, 35 rupees from bad tax. Bad tax should be low, good tax should be high. But the Modi government has done exactly the opposite. Only in India, the bad tax is 65, good tax is 35. This means the poor people are getting hurt much more than the rich people. Now let us ask, why is the farmer paying 18% GST, such a high GST, for a movie ticket to watch Pushpa or to go eat dosa? Why? Because what the Modi government did in 2019 September, suddenly one day in Goa, the finance minister announced a big tax cut for corporates. 1.5 lakh crores every year they gave away to the big corporates. So if they give away such a big tax cut to corporates, then the government has to recover that money from somewhere else. So the GST rates are very high. So the GST rate of 18%, the poor farmer is paying 18% GST on that movie ticket because the owner of Heritage Foods has got a corporate tax cut. Is that fair? The farmer is paying for the company owner. This is not just what I am saying. This is not just what the Congress party is saying. This is facts. This is data. This is government's own reports. So it is because of such a big corporate tax cut, our GST rates are very high, our bad tax is very high, and poor people are getting hit. This is why the leader of the opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, 10 years ago said the Modi Sarkar is a suit boot ki sarkar. Suit boot ki sarkar because the company owners get tax cuts, poor farmer or the poor people have to pay for that tax cut. So then, what is the difference between, you can ask, the GST was a Congress idea. So what is the difference between Congress GST and Modi's GST? GST was an idea that was brought by what I call the father of modern India and former Prime Minister of India, world famous economist Dr. Manmohan Singh. He wanted to bring GST when he was Prime Minister. At that time, he could not, because there was one Chief Minister who objected to it. That Chief Minister said, no, we should not have GST. And that Chief Minister was Narendra Modi, Chief Minister of Gujarat at that time. Suddenly, in 2017, the same Narendra Modi very quickly launched GST on April 1st, 2017. Why? You can ask why. To distract and deflect from the disastrous demonetization that they did in November 2016. So To distract and deflect, he launched GST on 1st of April midnight in Parliament on 2017. Very hurriedly. So what is the result? We did not, Congress and Dr. Manmohan Singh's GST was a good and simple tax. Narendra Modi's GST has become Gabbar Singh tax. And that is because they wanted to launch it in a very hurried manner to deflect from demonetization. Now, why is the GST under Narendra Modi so bad, and how will it be different? So, for example, I know most of you here like to have dosa in the morning. Some of you will go to a restaurant and order plain dosa for breakfast. Some of you may order ghee dosa. Some of you may order ghee masala dosa. Guess what? GST rates are different for each type of dosa. When that farmer and company owner go to watch Pushpa 2, let's say they want to buy popcorn. If the farmer says, let me buy caramel popcorn, and if the company owner says, let me buy salted popcorn, caramel popcorn has higher rate than salted popcorn. So which is why one person in Coimbatore very jokingly said, sir, just give me plain dosa, I will bring ghee from my home and I'll put. So I don't have to pay extra tax for ghee dosa. This is how complicated Modi's GST has become. As an economist, I can tell you it makes no sense. GST was supposed to be a good and simple tax. Today it's Gabbar Singh tax because whether we eat salted popcorn or caramel popcorn, ghee dosa or plain dosa, masala dosa or rava dosa, GST rates are different. Can a country be run like this? This is how bad Modi's GST is. Now the other important thing, and here I'm going to be politically neutral. I'm in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh has legitimately elected Chandrababu Naidu Garu as their chief minister, right? If Chandrababu Naidu Garu wants to deliver welfare to the people of Andhra Pradesh, wants to fulfill his promises that made in the election to the people of Andhra Pradesh, he needs money. How can he get money? Through taxes. Today, he has to go run to Delhi and beg Narendra Modi and Nirmala Sitharamanji for money. Did the people of Andhra Pradesh vote for Narendra Modi and Nirmala Sitharaman, or did they vote for Chandrababu Naidu? Why should he go to Delhi? Is he not a legitimately elected chief minister of Andhra Pradesh? And not only that, when he goes to beg for money, the Modi government now says, we will put conditions to give you money. One nation, one ration. One nation, one language you have to implement in your state. Learn Hindi, then we will give you money. Who are they to dictate this? People of Andhra Pradesh did not vote for them, they rejected them. Why are they controlling the state like this? Next, when GST is collected from everybody, this money goes into a pool. And from that pool, it is given to states. That is how our GST was designed. What is happening under Modi government? they collect GST, but they also collect cess. They say if you go and buy a movie ticket or eat dosa or fill petrol, there will be an extra cess. And that cess will not be given to the states, it will be kept only by the central government. So they collect money from the people of Andhra Pradesh, but because they don't want to give that money back to Andhra Pradesh, they charge it as cess, and cess will not be given to the states. So cess revenues has increased from 10% to 14% under Modi government. If cess revenues increase, that means states get less money. That means the state of Andhra Pradesh gets less money. They pay taxes, but the tax goes to the center, does not come to the state. Less money comes to the state. This is the other way that Modi's GST is Gabbar Singh tax not only for people but also for state governments, also for southern states, especially southern states where we pay more taxes but the center does not give back as much. So then you may ask, what do we demand? What is the Congress party's demand? The Congress party, we had a manifesto that I was part of the manifesto committee, where for the 2024 Parliament elections, Lok Sabha elections, we had a full section on what are the demands and what Congress party will do if it is elected to power. So in the 2024 Nyay Patra, the Congress party first said, our first promise was, we will bring a new GST, GST 2.0, which will have one single low rate of tax. Not 18% to go watch Pushpa 2. Single, not different taxes for ghee dosa and masala dosa and plain dosa. Simple, single, small tax rate. Simple, single, small GST tax. Second, no GST on agriculture inputs. That was our second promise in the manifesto. Third, GST that is collected, we said a portion of it will be allocated directly to panchayats and municipalities. So city congress presidents and city congress people can also, if they are in the municipal government, can get GST money directly. This was the third important promise we made in the manifesto. Fourth, like I explained, so that they don't have to give the money to the state governments, we said we will limit cess to maximum of 5%. We will have a rule that says cess cannot be more than 5% of total GST tax revenues. Today it is 14% by the Modi government. Number 5, GST decisions are taken in a GST council. They say every state has a representation, but that is only a half truth. The power, the veto power for the GST council. So the center controls the GST council. Our promise was we will redesign the GST council and give more powers to the states. And finally, he said GST collection, tax collection. Today, people of Andhra Pradesh, if they are paying GST, why should that tax be collected by center's tax administration? Why not the state tax administration? So we said the GST administration will be shared between state and center. So I must tell you that in the last budget, after the last parliament election, when Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the budget, she was very kind to take 3 ideas from the Congress party's manifesto and announce it in the budget. We had proposed apprenticeship scheme for youth. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced it in the last budget. We had proposed employment-linked incentive scheme. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced it in the budget. We had proposed removal of angel tax. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced it in the budget. Like that, we today, on behalf of the Congress party, I request Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, on behalf of the people of Andhra Pradesh, I request Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, just like you took some good ideas from us for the last budget, please take these 5 ideas from our manifesto for this budget. Please make GST small. Give more powers to the state of Andhra Pradesh and other states for GST. Don't make them come and beg for money. Do not tax the poor people through GST much higher because you have given corporate tax cuts. Change that. Make it low, give more powers. There are 5 clear points that we have in the manifesto. So on behalf of the people of Andhra Pradesh, I request Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji will be glad to give these ideas. We'll be glad to give these ideas.
Education cells, health cells, or infrastructure cells, which are connected, will be used to be extended. Empowerment of the extended. What is the opportunities you are wanting to reduce the infrastructure and why?
So cess.
As you said, you are going to collect 5% of cess.
Maximum.
So, is it work compatibility with the entire country nation, sir?
Yeah, so what 5%, what I mean, I tell you. So for example, if the center puts a cess, that money does not have to be shared with the states. I don't have to give that money to I don't have to give that money to Chandrababu Naidu Garu. More and more cess. That means I collect more and more money in the center without giving it to the government of Andhra Pradesh. And that has now become 14%. We are saying we will reduce it. Please reduce that. If you reduce that, that means you will give more money to the government of Andhra Pradesh. So this is about sharing of revenues. Cess is a way by which the center cheats the state governments and not give them money. We are the only country in the world where a legitimately elected chief minister somewhere to beg money. Why? And cess makes it even more difficult. So we are saying, and that is why I said this is not political, because we are not in government in Andhra Pradesh. This is for the people of Andhra Pradesh. Reduce cess, give more money to the states. My question is, why is the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu Garu, not demanding this? Why is he not asking the Finance Minister to reduce the cess and give more money? Is he not elected here to govern?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.